Okay, plenty to get to. We'll pick up on the Matt Duchene trade. Now, ex of the Ottawa Senators. Now of the Columbus Blue Jackets. And again, looks like a first, Vitaly Abramov, who actually almost made the Blue Jackets 2 seasons ago. Highly skilled player. Played at Gatineau in the QMJHL, so Pierre Dorion would have seen plenty of Vitaly Abramov and Jonathan Davidson, Swedish hockey player, right winger there. But what does this mean now? We'll get to the Ottawa Senators page in a second. What does this mean for Columbus? Brian, you sort of hinted this may set up another deal. You're Jarmo Kekalainen. You've just acquired Matt Duchene. What's your next move?
Well, you've picked up a quality player that a number of teams have been in on over a number of years. So this is a guy that can help your hockey club. He plays center. He's more a shoot-first guy, not a distribution guy, but he can skate and he can score goals. So it does free them up, I think. It makes their team better. They've had a weakness in the center position that Coach John Tortorella has not been pleased with and been juggled around and try and fix it. Mm-hmm. So I like it from Columbus's viewpoint. I think Pierre got a fair return in a distressed sale. And this is what people have to realize. I remember when I traded Pavel Bure, he was holding out. And I thought I made the best deal I could make, but it wasn't a deal I could have made if he was playing. I could have made a better deal.
Right.
So you're dealing with the distressed asset. I think good job by Pierre, and I say good pickup for Columbus.
Looks like there's another pick, another conditional first involved in
So it
this.
could be 2 firsts plus the prospects.
If they get him re-signed.
Okay.
If he signs an extension with the Blue Jackets, I could see the Blue Jackets getting him signed too. I think it would be a good situation for Duchene. I think they will be able to, with the talent base on this team, I think they'll have a good chance to get him done on a long-term deal. Right today, it's a rental. What's intriguing about it, he plays tonight against the Senators, Duchene. Yeah. He will be in the lineup for Columbus tonight. And this is so instead of him being a scratch and helping the Blue Jackets win, and Stone being a scratch and a single, imagine if you're Carolina watching that, and you're seeing all these guys scratched in Ottawa, and you're fighting with Columbus for the last playoff spot.
Yep.
Like, seriously.
You're also fighting with Pittsburgh. You're fighting with Montreal. You're fighting with et cetera.
Doesn't matter. And that's unfair, but I would have scratched them too.
Yeah. You would have done the same thing last night. You would have scratched the 3?
Yep.
Yeah, you got no choice but to scratch them. But anyway. So what does – look, Windberg's been a disaster for Columbus.
Let's get there, because you guys are both mentioning this could be a good situation for the Columbus Blue Jackets down the middle with Matt Duchene. Pierre-Luc Dubois, that is looking like a fantastic pick. I remember at the Matthews draft where we all kind of said, whoa, what in Buffalo, and whoa, what's going on here? That was a shocker for everybody. That turned out to be right. So there's one guy down the middle you have. Yes. And then to your point, Alexander Venberg has been a huge disappointment for them.
You look at Jarmo sets up, with some draft picks and so on. He has 3 picks in the first round, and he takes Wenberg 1, Dano 2, Kirby Reichel 3. Yeah. 3 first-round picks. And Wenberg was a guy that in fairness to Kekalainen,
everyone had him.
Everybody had Wenberg as a top guy. Yep. And people like Dano and people like Reichel. No problems with the picks. They didn't pan out, essentially. Mm-hmm. Wenberg, when you have a guy that's supposed to be a 1-2 center and he can't get the job done, that is a real frustration. And finding those centermen are an unbelievable challenge. I had the same problem. I mean, the best centerman I ever required in Columbus was Brassard. He was the best I could, come up with. We missed out on Kopitar, but everybody did.
And people are critical of Wenberg's salary, but he had the one big year, and we've all done that. Mm-hmm. I did it with Kuhlman here in Toronto. He had 29 goals, so we're like, okay, we got a 30-goal scorer.
Exactly.
We paid him like a 30-goal scorer. He never got 20 again. So we all have done that. He's overpaid, but we've all done that.
We said on this show a month ago, don't be surprised if Columbus move Panarin and
use the assets for Duchene.
They
haven't moved Panarin, and they have Duchene.
That's right. So now the question is, they will pick up additional assets. They will get the assets back on Panarin that they just lost, or equivalent of it, or they'll keep him as a rental.
That's where I want to go. Or do you just say, hold on a second here? It's jump ball in the Metro. We know what's happening with Tampa, the Atlantic, and that's a real tough out. But it's jump ball in the Metro, with all due respect to the Islanders, who have hit a little bit of a speed wobble, and maybe we should just go for it.
So here's what you've got to really consider. You're sitting there and you say, okay, we can get another first for Panarin. Okay, so what you say is, why wouldn't we keep Panarin? We've got Duchene. let's win a couple of rounds. Then we get Duchene signed. That's your first pick for Panarin. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you've got a better team. You've got a chance to win. The Columbus fans deserve a playoff run. This has been 18 years or 19 years. They deserve a playoff run. This is the best opportunity. You're going to keep Bobrovsky.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't want to lose Panarin for nothing. I get that. But if you have a run, you might get Panarin signed too. Who knows?
Well, you know the market way better than I do because you were there a long time. I think it's a mature hockey market with sophisticated fans and understand to let Panarin go and get nothing for him.
I didn't say that about the media, but I said it about the fans.
All right.
Now.
Now, to me,
now.
to me, the notion that they would have made this deal without some sense of what it would take to re-sign Matt Duchene, not a chance.
No.
They've got an idea. They think they can do it. I think Panarin goes now. They replace the assets. Are they as good a team with Duchene in the lineup and Panarin not? Probably not. They're very different players, but they're a much better team than they would be if they traded Panarin and got nothing.
So would they?
I like it. I think Jarmo, see what he does with the next piece, but I think this is a great first move.
And Columbus and Montreal and Nashville have been in this for a week or more.
Matt Duchene.
In the Matt Duchene. Nashville was but we knew Columbus and Nashville won. Montreal was a bit of a surprise, but I know Montreal were in on this as well. So, this is a good deal. It's a good deal for Columbus. Now, Duchene, I'd like to see Duchene prove something in the playoffs. I really would. I mean, this is a good player. He's had a good career, but this is his time to do something in the playoffs. This is what he's been crying for. Not crying. I don't mean crying for. This is what he's been asking for.
Yeah.
Give me a chance at the playoffs. Okay. You got your chance.
So here's your shot. So then let's take.
And he's got good people to play with there.
If they get in.
If they get in. They got to get in.
It's a great point. Let's move this one step further. If they do indeed move Artemi Panarin, okay, we'll follow the Brian Burke train of thought here. If now the next piece is to move Panarin, are they looking to get a body or bodies back to help with this playoff push, or is this all to recoup what they've given up in the Matt Duchene deal?
It's a combination of both.
Yeah, I agree.
They're looking for another player that
Some
can
help.
come in and help. Maybe it's a secondary type of guy, but that's real important to acquire playoff time because you use a lot of bodies if you have a run. So they're looking to acquire some immediate help and also future potentials. And Dallas are sitting there interested in Panarin. Boston are sitting there interested in Panarin. Winnipeg have got to be looking at Panarin. Calgary have got to be looking at Panarin, depending on what. I mean, if you're a contender, you've got to be looking at Panarin.